Welcome back to Pilates by Brianna. Today's workout, we're going to stick to about 30 to 35 minutes. We will be using a ball for the majority of the session. I also have another ball here because at one point we'll be laying on our side, using the ball between our legs or something, and I like having another ball for a pillow. But if you don't have two balls, you could just bring the headrest up, or if you have a yoga block, you can use that as well. Today's practice to get started will have no springs on the carriage. The carriage is going to be pushed all the way to the back end of the reformer, and we're going to sit facing the foot bar with the feet in the well. So go ahead and get set up, grab your ball, and we'll get going. Once you're sitting in the well, make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Extend the arms out in front of you. You're going to tuck the tailbone as you begin rolling back, and then use your exhale to come back up to a flat back. Engage the core, scoop the stomach as you roll back, and then exhale to come back up to a flat back. We'll do a few rollbacks here, getting that core warmed up, getting the arms warmed up. Even though the arms are out straight in front of you, try to have the shoulder blades back so you're nice and strong in all those posterior muscles. Last one here. And then when you come up, we're going to do that same thing, but pendulum. So you'll scoop, roll back as you open the left arm out to the side, rotate towards the left, exhale to come back up to your flat back. We'll stick with the left side. The ball will come into the left hand as you come into your pendulum here. Working into the obliques. Even though we're rotating towards one side, the hips are staying facing forward. So you have equal weight bearing in both of your cheeks. Last one on this side. And then next time you roll back, we'll rotate towards the right and then come back up to center. So scoop, roll back, rotate towards the right and back up to center. 3 more on this side. One more to go. And then when you come back up, we're going to place the ball in our low back on the carriage. Hands will go behind your head. You're going to extend over the ball just a little bit, and then when you come up, you're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest as you rotate in that direction, and then back over the ball and left leg. So we're doing a march with rotation here. Nice, slow, and controlled. Use your exhale to help you come back up as you rotate. One more to each side. And then when the foot is on the ground, we're just going to stay center. So going over the ball and exhale to come up. Really working into the upper and lower abdominals. Elbows are wide and trying to stay rounded in your spine the entire time when you're over the ball and when you come back up. Two more to go. Last one. And then come all the way up to sitting. Take the ball out from behind you. And then I'm just going to I'm grabbing my other ball and then walking my way up to put some springs on. We'll go into footwork. So put on your footwork settings. I'm going to put on all my springs. So 3 heavy reds, 1 medium blue, 1 light yellow. And then when you're ready, you can come to lay on your back. Heels are going to go on the bar and ball will go between your knees. Headrest can be up or down, your choice. Feet will be dorsiflex towards you, so like you're pressing into the wall, and then initiating with the glutes, begin pressing the carriage out and in. Last one, and then come halfway in for little pulses, moving the carriage up an inch, down an inch, keeping control over the carriage. And then exhale to press all the way out, come halfway in again, and begin pressing into the ball. Carriage won't move, you're just pressing into the ball, little squeeze and release. And then you can press the carriage all the way out and back in. Place the toes on the bar, high heel position, and begin pressing the carriage out and in here. Exhale to press out, inhale to control the carriage back in, heel stay lifted in that high heel position. One more time, and then come halfway in for pulses, moving the carriage up an inch and down an inch. Exhale to press all the way out. Inhale halfway again, begin squeezing into the ball. Nice controlled squeezes, carriage doesn't move. And then press the carriage all the way out and bring it on in. We're going to go into ankle articulation. Toes will stay on the bar, high heel position to press the carriage out. Lower the heels, bend the knees and come in. Lift the heels to press out. Lower the heels, keep the heels low to bend the knees and come in. Just working through our ankle joint and working on our ankle mobility. Last time in this direction. And then when the carriage is in, we'll reverse. Keep the heels low to press the carriage out. Lift the heels, bend the knees and come in. Heels low to press out. Lift the heels, bend the knees and come in. Last round here. Heels low to press out, heels high to come in, and then bring the heels together so we're in a Pilates V. Ball will stay between the knees, press the carriage out and in here. Toes apart, heels together. Try to keep those heels together as you press out, and then bring the carriage on in. Two more. On this last one, press out, then come halfway in for little pulses with the carriage, moving the carriage up an inch, down an inch. Exhale to press the carriage all the way out, come halfway in again, and begin pressing into the ball. Exhale to press the carriage all the way out and bring it on in. Come on off the reformer. We're going to take off all springs except for two heavy red springs. So we're left on two heavy reds. You're going to come to lay on your left side using that second object, either ball or yoga block, as a pillow. So laying on the left side, you're going to have the entire right foot on the bar. Left leg will be underneath the bar, and put the ball between the side of your right leg and your right hand. Entire right foot on the bar and begin pressing the carriage out and in. You're pushing through that heel to press out using those glutes. And you're keeping a slight press into the ball with both that top leg, the right leg, and the hand. So you're feeling the outer thigh working here as well. So we're active there. One more time out, and then come halfway in, and you have little pulses with the carriage again, up an inch, down an inch, maintaining that isometric contraction on the ball with both the leg and the hand. And then press the carriage all the way out, come halfway in again, hold the carriage still, begin pulsing your leg and your hand into the ball. So little presses into the ball, really feeling the outer thigh working. Small movement, but pretty powerful. And then press the carriage all the way out and back in. We're going to repeat that set in a high heel position. So lift the heel and then begin pressing out and in here when you're on just the toes. Keep the heel elevated as you press out. One more. And then come halfway in for little pulses with the carriage, up an inch, down an inch, still pressing into the ball with the leg and the hand. Press the carriage all the way out, then come halfway in again for those little pulses or presses into the ball. So both the hand and the leg are going to press into the ball. That small but mighty movement. And then press the carriage all the way out and bring it on in. We're going to go right into the second side. So come to lay on your right side. You'll have the right leg underneath the bar. The entire left foot will be on the bar, and that ball is between the hand and the outer left leg. Once you're set up, you can begin pressing the carriage out and in. Since the heel is on the bar, we're really pushing through the heel to press out, firing into the glutes. Press all the way out, and then come halfway in for those pulses with the carriage, up an inch, down an inch, trying not to bounce. You're nice and controlled. Press the carriage all the way out. Come halfway in again for those presses into the ball. Those little presses, you're rotating the leg up a tiny bit and pressing into the leg. And then press the carriage all the way out and bring it on in. Lift the heel and then begin pressing out and in here. So we're just on the toes, heel is lifted. Maintain that elevated heel as you press out and in. You should feel it more in the quads of that left side. Press all the way out. Come halfway in for those pulses again. Moving the carriage up an inch, down an inch. Really feeling the quads working. Nice controlled movement. Press all the way out. Come halfway in. We have our last round of pressing into the ball with the leg and the hand. Press all the way out and then bring the carriage on in. You're going to take out whatever you used for a pillow, put it off to the side, come to lay on your back. You can have the headrest up if you would like. And then you're going to put your feet in the long loops, and the ball is going to go between the bottoms of both feet. So go ahead, get your feet in the straps. Place the ball between the bottoms of the feet so the knees are out nice and wide. We're going to be in a diamond position, so you have a bend in the knees. And then moving from the hips, you're going to press the carriage out a little bit and then back in. So moving away from you using the hips, knees stay at that same bend, and then back in. You're thinking of using the glutes and wrapping the muscles around the knees to press out. Last one. And then we're going to go into little circles. So you're going to press out. The knees will bend a little bit as you bring the hips back in, and then the legs will go back into that diamond position. I like to envision the ball going around a Ferris wheel. That's kind of that motion that we're going for, that nice circular motion. It's going on top of the Ferris wheel, around and down, and back up. One more time around in this direction. And then we're going to reverse. So it's going to go the low part of the Ferris wheel around and up and then back in towards you. So we keep the hips pretty close to us the entire time. It is moving away, but we're not getting full extension in anything. You should be feeling the inner thighs working because the bottoms of the feet are still into the ball. Knees remain wide. Last time around here. And then we're going to do frog. So keeping the ball right where it is, you're going to extend the knees out and then back in. The inner thighs won't come together here, but the knees will straighten and they'll come close to coming together. So just out and in, knees come nice and wide when you bring the carriage back in. One more to go. And then when you bend the knees, you can take the ball out. Legs will go up overhead and then just open the legs out wide to get a nice inner thigh stretch. Option to rock side to side here if that feels good for you. And then come back to center. Hands will go to the ropes, bring the legs back together, take the feet out of the straps, and come on up for a spring change. And then we're also going to find that second object that you used as a pillow. You're going to put on one medium blue spring, take off the two heavy reds, and then you're going to lower the foot bar down and come to lay on your left side again. And you still have that second ball, so you have one being used as a pillow, and then your ball is going to go between the knees. You're going to pick up the front strap with the left hand. Arm will go up towards the ceiling, and then you're going to bring the arm out in front of you and pull it back to your side. So we'll go out in front of you and then pull it back to your side. So we're working our lats here. It's kind of like chest expansion, but in a side lying position. Last time here. And then we're going to add on a movement. Now, as you pull down to your side, you're going to straighten out the legs. And then when the arm goes back in front of you, you'll bend the knees. So as you pull to the side, you're straightening the legs. And then knees will come back in as the arm goes back out in front of you, working into the obliques and working just our coordination and overall movement. Next time arm is at your side with the knee straight, we'll pause. Arm will go overhead. Hold it there and begin squeezing into the ball with both legs. So working into the inner thighs, we're stabilizing through that arm and just squeezing into the ball. One more, and then we're going to add a pull down. So pull the arm to your side as you squeeze, and then arm will go back overhead. Pull down as you squeeze into the ball, and then the arm will go back overhead. We have a nice long line through the body. Core is engaged to keep us stable here, laying on our one side. Pull the arm down, hold here, and then you're going to lift both legs up off the carriage and then lower back down. So working into the inner, or the obliques here, lifting both legs up and back down. We have 2, and then last one, and then bring everything in, hang up that strap, and come to lay on that second side, and we'll repeat it. So you're laying on your right side, ball will be between the knees, and you're going to pick up the strap in your left hand. Arm will go up towards the ceiling, pull it down, bring it out in front of you, and then sweep it back to your side. So bringing it out in front of you until the arm is in line with the shoulder, and then using those lats to bring the arm back to your side. Knees stay bent. Last one here. And then we're going to add in that leg movement. So you'll bring the arm out in front of you, and then as you pull to your side, you're going to straighten out the legs. Arm goes in front of you, knees come in. As you straighten the arm to your side, you'll also straighten the legs, working on that balance. So the core should just automatically kind of kick on to stabilize. One more time here. And then when the arm is at your side, pause, arm will go overhead, hold here, and begin squeezing into the ball. So arm doesn't move, it's stabilizing overhead, and we're just squeezing into the ball. Legs are straight. Now you'll pull the arm to your side, legs stay straight, squeeze the ball, arm goes back overhead. So we're just adding in an arm movement. Arm will come down to your side as you squeeze into the ball, and then it goes back up overhead. Next time arm is at your side, we're going to hold it here. Last one we have is lifting both legs up off the carriage and then lowering back down. We stay in a straight line, just lifting both legs up and back down. Last one, and then you could bring everything in, hang up that strap, and come on off. You could put the second object off to the floor. We are done with it. We're going to stay on that one medium blue spring, and we're going to bring the foot bar back up. And then you can grab the ball and come to lay on your back. Head on the headrest, toes will go on the foot bar. Again, it is on that light spring, ball between the hands. Press the carriage on out, arms up towards the ceiling, and we're going to come into a roll up. Nod the chin to the chest on your exhale as you begin to roll all the way up to a seated position, and then scoop the stomach as you roll back. We're going for a few of these here, coming all the way up, really working into those deep abdominals. Arms stay long. You can have a slight squeeze into the ball to get the arms working too. You're trying to find a flat back when you come up, and then scoop and roll back down. We'll go for 2 more. Last one. And then roll back down. We're going to progress that. Bring the carriage in. You're going to bring the left leg into tabletop. As you press out now, you're going to do a roll up, rotate towards your left, back to center, roll back down. The left leg will stay in tabletop. Press the carriage out as you roll up, rotate towards the left, roll back down. We'll do 3 more on this side before switching sides. Last one here, press out as you roll all the way up, rotate to your left, come back to center, and bring the carriage back in. And then we'll switch sides. Left toes on the bar, right leg in tabletop, press out as you roll up, rotate towards the right now, back to center, and roll back down. 4 more here, we're going for about 5 total. We'll make this one our last one. And then when your back is on the carriage, bring the carriage in. Right toes will go back to the bar, left leg in tabletop, press out, stay out. In this position, just straighten the left leg up towards the ceiling and bend that left knee. So we're just bending and straightening the leg, feeling a stretch into our hamstrings, the back of that left leg. Next time that left leg is straight, hold a straight ball will go to your leg and begin rolling up. So you're trying to roll the ball up the leg and then roll it back down. So we're still doing a roll up, but we're working into the left hip flexor too to try to keep the leg as up towards the ceiling as you can. So working that isometric hold, rolling the ball up the leg and then rolling it back down. This is our last one. And then you could bend the left knee, bring the carriage in, and switch sides. Left toes on the bar, right leg in tabletop. Press out, stay out, bend and straighten that right leg, working into the back of the right leg, working the hamstring, just getting that nice stretch. Arms are still overhead or up towards the ceiling, holding onto the ball. Next time that right leg is straight, hold it straight. And then we're going to put the ball on the thigh, and we'll go for our roll up. So you're rolling the ball up towards the foot, as far as you can, and then bring it on down. 3 more. Last one here. And then when the back is on the carriage, bend the right knee, bring the carriage on in. You can put the heels wide and just windshield wiper the legs side to side, get a little stretch in the low back, and then come on off the carriage to your left. Turn to face the foot bar. We're going to put the ball down. We're going to go into our lunges, but the front leg is going to be, the heel will be on the ball. So left heel is on the ball, right foot is on the shoulder block. Press or stand up, press out with that right leg, and then begin bending into that left knee as you push back into your lunge, and then control the carriage back in. So we're working our balance as well, but the foot bar is there in case you need to hold on to it. Spine and straight, nice and steady with this movement. Last time pressing out, back in. Now you're going to press out again. We're going to hold in that lunge position for pulses, pulsing the hips down an inch and up an inch. And then bring the carriage all the way in as you come upright. Come to kneel on the carriage and grab your ball. You're going to place your feet up against the shoulder blocks, grab hold of the straps, and then the ball is going to go in your left hand. We'll start with the hips hovering above the heels. We're in a hug a tree position. And then as you come to a tall kneeling, you're going to pass the ball as you do hug a tree. So you're coming up to a tall kneeling, hands will come into hug a tree, passing the ball from side to side. And when you lower the hips back down, again, we're coming into a hover. Last one, and then when the ball is in both hands, pause for a chest press. Bring the ball into the chest and then punch it out. We're staying in an upright, tall, kneeling position. You're just bringing the ball to the chest and punching out. Last one, and then you can sit back towards the heels. We're going to do very similar to the same thing, but now we're going to bring the arms up overhead and pass the ball and then sit back towards the heels. So instead of hug a tree, the arms are going overhead, passing the ball to the opposite side, coming back down to hover above the heels. Last one, and then when the arms are overhead, balls in both hands, bend the elbows and straighten the elbows for our triceps here, our salutes. Balls in both hands, just bending and straightening the elbows, staying in that tall kneeling position. You could hinge forward a little bit to kind of counteract the pull if you feel more comfortable with that. Last one. And then you could lower the arms and come on down. Hang up the straps, step off to your right, and we have the lunges on this side. So ball will go on the ground. You're going to place the heel of the right leg on the front part of the ball, and then your left foot will go up against the shoulder block for our lunges. Trying to balance here, but again, the bar is there if you need it. You're going to straighten out the left leg. That leg will stay straight and then bend into the right knee as you lunge back and use that right glute to come back to upright. So we have our lunges here, keeping the carriage pressed out, keeping that left knee straight and moving in and out of the right knee bend to lunge back. Last one here. And now you're going to press back one more time. This time we'll stay back for our pulses, lowering the hips down an inch and up an inch. Nice and controlled. Little movement, really feeling that right leg working. And then bring the carriage all the way in. Good work, you guys. Step off the ball. We are done with the ball. And we're going to finish with a lunge stretch. I'm putting on one light yellow, so I'm on one medium blue, one light yellow. My left knee will go up against the shoulder block. Right leg is forward as you press out into our lunge stretch, but more quad focus. So the closer the knee is to that shoulder block, the more stretch you'll feel in that left quad. You're staying lifted, chest is open. Bring the carriage in. Now put the left foot against the shoulder blocks. Press out again, this time feeling it a little bit higher in that left leg, more up towards the hip. And again, keeping the carriage pressed out here, chest is up, feeling the left hip flexors. Bring the carriage on in. This time as we press out, we're going to keep the front knee, that right knee straight. And you're on the heel, so the toes are up for more of a hamstring stretch on that right side. and then bring the carriage on in and come around to the other side. You'll place the right knee up against the shoulder block, left foot is forward, knee stays down as you press out, bending into the left leg, chest is lifted, feeling the stretch in that right quad. And then you could bring the carriage in. Now you'll put the right foot against the shoulder block as you press out, this time feeling it more in the hip on that right side, the hip flexors. Chest is still up, that right knee is down, bending into the left knee. Bring the carriage in. And then last one, we'll keep that left knee straight as you press out. You're on the heel, so the left toes are up, feeling more of a stretch in that left hamstring. And then bring the carriage in. We are all set for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the workout. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.